Welcome to part 2 of our 5-part video series on how to fix your practice's down statistics. Now, warning, if you haven't watched part 1, go back and watch that first because each one is going to build on the next. Hey guys, I'm Dr. Corey Frogley, CEO and co-founder of BlueIQ. Excited to be with you again for another exciting episode of In the Blue, where we share with you exactly how to get your practice in the blue, meaning building the practice of your dreams. And we're in the kind of middle of this series of how to fix your practice's down statistics. And my goal for you is to really learn how to buy back your time, build a team who is driving the growth of your practice. And here's where we start today with this concept of who's responsible. Think about this for a second. When the practice is struggling, who's responsible to fix it? When your marketing is down, who's responsible to fix it? When patients aren't showing up, who's responsible to fix it? I mean, if you're feeling like you're answering, I am, we got a problem. Now, either it's because the practice is really small and it's just you and one other team member, or you've built the wrong culture and it's impossible to fix a practice's down statistics if everything keeps bottlenecking onto you. So when we hire a team member, it's so important in this process that we connect for the team. What are they responsible for? And let's just take the front desk system to start with. Now, in the front desk system, depending on the size of your practice, you may have one or you may have a dozen team members sitting in the roles that produce the front desk product. And we actually break down the front desk into 2 separate systems. So let's just focus on the front desk established patient system. These are patients that are already under care within your practice. And the product of that system is patients who pay, stay, and refer. Stay, meaning they continue on their treatment plan, right? They always have a next appointment. They pay, they're on schedule to keep up their ledger, and they refer because they're having an incredible experience. So when we hire somebody, we want them to sit in the role to produce that product. Well, there's a lot of systems in place that need to be functioning at a high level to produce that product. Those processes actually are monitored by multiple metrics or stats. But the reality is we've got to be very clear with the team member on here's why you're here in the practice. Connecting their role, their product to their why. And if they don't produce a high quality product within the practice, what is that going to do to the practice? So in your practice, you could have amazing new patients coming in, incredible case acceptance, fantastic scheduling of the front desk to build a productive schedule for the provider. But what if the provider shows up kind of lazy and they're thinking about their problems at home and they're not delivering great care and they're not connecting with patients? Now the whole organization falls apart because of one weak link. And this is why every team member needs to be focused on their KPI. Now, you are accountable to that vision. Just because you're the practice owner does not mean that you don't have to be accountable or responsible to somebody. You're accountable to the vision, to the core values of the practice. And so we've got to monitor your 2 KPIs that you're responsible for. You have to be 100% dialed in to the profitability of your practice. Without profitability, we don't exist. A practice that is losing money will not be a practice for very long. But it is your KPI, and it is why BlueIQ connects with QuickBooks so that you don't have to be handcuffed to your CPA to know what is the financial state of this organization. You can actually see your data. You can look at the profit formulas that we build in your profit dashboard. You can access the data that you need to make important decisions to help incentivize your team. Now, the accelerator to that KPI, remember we shared with you in the first video that every system has a KPI and accelerator. The accelerator to this is what % of your team is actually operating in a high performance state that we call winning or above. We're monitoring, we're measuring, is every system firing on full capacity? And it's that percent of your systems that's operating in a healthy range that accelerates profitability. And that's why those two metrics are so important. We're actually really focused on team. We're really dialing in their skill sets and making sure we have the right personalities and the right seats in the practice to drive the right KPIs so we have an amazing, thriving organization. Now, if you love content like this, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the notifications bell so that you don't miss a single great episode, especially what's coming up in our next few of this series of how to fix your down statistics. Now, if you can't wait and you want to jump into this, don't forget to join the Growth Challenge. We have another one starting here soon where you and your team get 30 days of training so that each of you become experts in the role that you're playing in the practice.